All right, welcome to today's show. Going to get in real quickly what's happening with strategy and see how strategy is dominating the market. Recent article comes out, and Michael Saylor says, choose your fighter. If you look at the returns of strategy compared to other stocks, 2,466% strategy is done over the last since 2020 compared to NVIDIA. 808%, Bitcoin 614%, Tesla 155%. It is not even close in the game, my friends. So Saylor, as you know, he got this astonishing return of 2,466% since August 2020. And he's calling it the BSE return, the Bitcoin Standard Era return. And basically, he is kicking everybody else's butt, okay? Strategy closed at $317 on April 17th. That's the latest and greatest on the price. We know that the markets weren't open on Friday. And the Mag 7 stocks, why is that important? Because we compare this to the Mag 7 stocks. Look at companies like Coinbase Global. They debuted with an opening of $381 on April 14, 2021. And then they closed at $175 on April 17, 2025, reflecting a decline, okay? So Coinbase is the leading crypto exchange in the US, as we know, but strategy is ripping it up. 531,000 Bitcoin, $45 billion worth of Bitcoin. Saylor's in the game, and a price of $13 million is what he predicts Bitcoin to be at in the next 20 years, okay? Bitcoin, if you look at it since that time frame of August 2020, its return was 614%. So there is the news, my friends. It is a quick update on the day. What is going on additionally in the global economy of what we think is going to happen? What do I think is going to happen? I think that overall we're going to see basically the Fed is eventually going to cut interest rates. I think this is going to happen because of what's actually happening in the economy right now. There's talks that Trump and Scott Bessent are actually kind of running the treasuries as like a way to either pump liquidity in the marketplace or control liquidity in the marketplace. Typically, it's the Fed's job to control the interest rates and the Fed's job to monitor things in the interest rates and then obviously decide what they're going to do in terms of cutting the interest rates or not cutting the interest rates. So some say there's a little bit of game of war going on or chess going on between Trump and Bessent versus the Fed with Powell. And that they're using the treasuries as a tool to kind of force the hands of the actual Fed to cut interest rates. And I think it might be working a little bit. The bottom line is liquidity has dried up in the marketplace. And when liquidity dries up in the marketplace as it has, people are not spending, people are not investing. There needs to be an injection of money in the economy, period. So regardless of what happens with the tariffs, if there comes a decision that the China and the US are going to come to an agreement in the next month, and there's good news with that, then I think we'll see a rocket for Bitcoin, and it'll be good news for Bitcoin because the tariff war is off. They've come to an agreement. It's good news. I think the markets will shoot up. If it's bad news where the US and China doesn't settle and there's no agreement made in place, but a lot of the other countries are coming to the table as they are, and they all come to agreements, even if it's bad news with China, there's a slowing in the economy right now. There's a freezing of liquidity, and there needs to be money pumped into the economy. And so what's going to happen either way, I believe, is the Fed is going to need to cut the interest rates. And when they cut the interest rates, they're going to free liquidity into the economy by printing money. That'll be more money into the economy, more money for businesses, more money for investing, and more money for Bitcoin. And as a result of Bitcoin, I believe strategy will go up. So that's my take on what's happening right now. Hope you're having a happy Easter weekend. But that's the basic of what's going on. Strategy's crushing it in the marketplace in the long run. No stock even comes close, 2,466% since August 2020. And the second runner on that is NVIDIA at 800 something percent. Okay. And then you have Bitcoin behind that. So if strategy continues with its trajectory, we're going to see some big things happening as the Fed decides to cut interest rates. And I think Trump's just forcing the hand of the Fed to do this. We know there's a war going on between the two of them, at least a verbal war. And I think it's going to happen soon. So I'm hoping for June, the Fed cuts interest rates. And I think at that time, we're going to see some improvements with the Bitcoin price. And I believe that we will see an all-time high for Bitcoin in 2025. And that's good news. Not financial advice, not price prediction. I just believe this for my own personal investing and my own personal portfolio, but I hope it serves you. And at the end of the day, do your own research. Don't take financial advice here. Do your own research on things and come to your own understanding of what's the best for you. No tax advice, no legal advice on this channel. All right. If you like what you're hearing and you want to get more updates of things that are going on, I do something about, let me see here. I've got something down below called M Game, and I wanted to show it to you. Let's see. So M Game is basically, it's a new platform that I created. It's down below, and it's not out yet officially. But when it does come out, you can get the early access list down below. But you'll see here's an AI version of me, and it brings you updates throughout the day on Bitcoin and updates throughout the day on strategy. So we will release this in the next 30 days. And so if you're running and you missed a show, or you running and you missed shows in general and you need updates, an AI will come to your phone or come to your email every single day and will tell you what's going on with the markets with Bitcoin, strategy, and some other picks that I have. Not financial advice again. There's also leaderboards on here, which will make it fun. So you can put your portfolio in there. You can win prizes, and it's going to be fun. And then I have my picks on there. And there's a whole dashboard here of what's going on with Bitcoin in the future. So there's like future outlooks for Bitcoin. What's going on with strategy in the future? There's future outlooks. There's fun facts that will be shared on the platform. So to make learning about money fun and simple and give you regular updates that are short, like here's a 60-second update about Bitcoin. You'll get it 4 times a day. Okay. If you want, go down below. You can get on the list for free right now, and I'll tell you when the platform comes out. All right. Hope this serves you guys. I have to run, but wanted to give you a quick update. I think it's cool to see the history of strategy. If you missed what I shared in the beginning, it just showed that strategy is crushing the game over since August 2020 above all stocks and all crypto. All right. Hope you do great. Hope you have an incredible weekend, and I'll see you on the other side.